I can't do this anymore. I perished. Childcare was a mess. Mental health was being next week. I was so upset that I was pregnant. We sold our car, sold our house, sold our bed, sold everything. We wanted a better life for our child.
100%. I feel like it's more difficult to be a wife in UK than it is to be a wife in Nigeria.
Getting a job in Nigeria is not easy. There is no job in Nigeria.
Getting a job in the UK, I don't think it's difficult, but getting a good job is difficult.
Most people dream of the UK as their ultimate destination. But what happens when the reality doesn't match the dream? Today, on Mask My Story, we are joined by a friend who did what many are currently trying to do. She moved to the UK. But after 2 years of navigating life in the West, she made a shocking decision. She went back. Today, she's unmasking the truth behind her joining and why she thinks Nigeria is the ultimate place she needed to be. Thank you for giving me the time. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And for wanting to share your story with us.
Thank you so much for having me. It's such a pleasure to be here today. Thank you.
Please just introduce yourself.
My name is A.B. Olodiama. I am a business analyst and I currently work for Doxibet Nigeria Limited here in Nigeria.
You see, my friend is a madam. I told her to employ me. Let me just carry her bag. But no, she did not. Okay. Sometime last year, we were here together. Some months back. We were enjoying the summer and the winter. Getting angry at the winter. And I think at the middle of that, you left. You left me high and dry. What happened? I mean, I think you moved to the UK like 2 years ago or thereabouts. Like 2022. We moved in together, but then you left. What made you move to the UK and why did you leave?
I moved to the UK with my family, my husband and my son at that time was 7 months. That was my first son. It was 7 months when we moved to the UK. So like everybody, we wanted a better life for our child. Now we're new parents. We just had a baby. We looked at our son one day and we're like, no, we have to give him a life other than Nigeria, what everybody thinks. And so that's how we made the move to the UK. And we went through the school part. And from get-go, I told my husband, I do book again. I don't even like book. So I told him to go to school. And I will be at home. And I was like, no, I have to. And you have to go to school so that I'll be the one to hustle. I said, I know why I'll hustle, you go to school. So he came. We came together. He went to school. While he was still in school, I discovered I was pregnant for the second child. Anyway, that's a story for another day. I cried. When I saw I was pregnant for the second one, unexpected. I wasn't expecting to be pregnant. God, I still remember that. That pained me. Anyways, I was so upset that I was pregnant because I wasn't expecting to be pregnant at that time. Mind you, I was the one working, paying for this man's school.
Yeah.
I discovered I was pregnant, and now that would impair on me going to work and all of that. So that made me really upset. But as God would have it, I even had to stop work at some time because my pregnancy was high-risk pregnancy. So the doctors advised me that I couldn't continue working. So I had to stop work. That was a shock because my husband now, with the 20 hours of work, was the one that had to work, pay his school fees and pay our bills with the 20 hours. And you know, it was not enough. It can never be enough. I don't even know how we got through. But I think God just came through for us. And then I had my son. Childcare was a mess. I couldn't work. So it's either I go to work and use the money and pay daycare, or I stay home. And I've never stayed home for more than 6 months in a row. Never. So it was like my mental health was being next weeks. I was so unhappy. I tried to explain to my husband, man, they will only tell you that to be all right. I've been Christians that we went, was like pray about it, but I knew I knew that this couldn't be the life that I wanted. So I remember the morning I woke my husband up. I woke him up from sleep and I was like, funny enough, I don't even get work, so I could not even buy my tickets. So it's not like having Dex buy tickets. I don't have money to buy the ticket. So I woke him up from his sleep and I was like, babe, I've made up my mind. I'm going back to Nigeria. He was like, what? And then I told him that it's okay if you want to stay back. I'm not asking you to come with me. You can stay. We'll figure out from there. But me, I choose myself over anything going back. And he was like, what about the children? I was like, yeah, they're children and they'll stay with you now. Let me go to Nigeria. You stay with them there. Somehow, no, but I know some mothers will not be able to, but me, I was ready to leave them. In my mind, I'm like, well, we are parents that if they don't come with me, they should stay with me. And that's what I told you. I was like, if you think that you're going to use the children as an excuse not to make me go, then I will leave them with you and I will go by myself. So it was like, okay, fine, you can go, but let's do this. You're going to go spend a couple of months in Nigeria to just unwind, get over the old baby fever that you're going through. By that time, I had my child. I had my second child. I think he had even done his 1 year. He was like a year old by this time, at this time. So it was like, just go and unwind. You've not had somebody take care of you after that you had your child. So go let your parent take care of you and all of that. So you can go with the child, then you come back. I think that was in March. So you come back in June or July. So that was the original plan when I went to Nigeria. So that's why I went to Nigeria. My mental health, I couldn't take it anymore. I just couldn't living for the bills. I couldn't. One thing I always tell myself is there's so much in life for me to just be settling like this. I rather go back to, you know how the Bible will say that if I perish, I perish. That's my emotion. If I die, I die. This I die from my mama house. That was my mindset. I was like, and mind you, it's not like I had something I was going back to anything. No. I just knew that I had to go. And I had a strong urge in me that I'm tired. I can't do this anymore. I was slowly winding into it. So that's how I made the move back.
Wow. A lot of people are struggling and wishing that they could come to the UK. But then you did. And then you went back. Is it just because of the childcare?
No. I don't think it was, because if I'm being honest, and while I was in the UK too, I heard people say that maybe it's just the UK. Maybe if I go to the US or Canada, it could be better. But to me, I don't think so, because I've lived part of my life in the US too. I actually schooled in the US first. So I finished school in the US and then I came back to me. I know people would say it's because she's privileged, she has money, maybe she came from. It's a lie. I don't get money. So I know that's what people always say. She has things to fall back to. No, I don't have. The way I went to the US was through scholarship, government scholarship, and honesty scholarship, because I was in Niger Delta. So that's how I went. So it was like, you are in the Niger Delta region. That's how they took me there. It's not because my mama and papa gathered money, because me go, don't
really?
I went to the US because me and my husband gathered our last coin then together. And we went. So it's not like I was, like most people, we sold our car, sold our house, sold our bed, sold everything to raise the capital to go. So it's not like me coming back, I had a house or anything. Mind you, in fact, when I came back, I had to stay in my brother's house with his family, with my 2 children, in one room, with my 2 children and my brother's house, because we didn't have anything. I had to stay there for like 4 months, trying to gather myself when I came back. So it's not like I had anything to know. I had to start afresh, like when I did when I went back to the UK.
Wow. If childcare were to have been taken care of, let's say you had access or had someone looking after your kids, would you have still been in the UK?
I probably would have been, but I would not have been the best version of me. I felt like a part of me, maybe one day I would have still made this decision that I made, just pack my bag and run away. No, I don't think I would have been. In all honesty, I don't think I would have. In all honesty, I don't think I would have. Maybe I wouldn't have left that last year. Maybe by now I would have been leaving. But I don't think I would have, because I think what I felt was more than just childcare. It was just the hustle and the usual grind that I just couldn't handle anymore. The whole thing that you see your paycheck Government will take half of it first for taxes. You pay rent every month. You buy water every month. You pay electricity. You will pay this one. And at the end of the day, what's left is one miserable money that you will not send back home to Nigeria again. By the time you give family and friends to Nigeria, you're left with nothing, and then you're repeating the circle. I just feel there was more, so I don't think I would have said no. I don't think so.
Oh, I mean, there are a lot of people in your situation, like having kids, right? And then having to deal with UK hustle. Like you said, it's all bills, right? And they're just like in that circle, but I'm finding it difficult to like go back home. Meanwhile, we that we are here, that we are experiencing it, we are telling people in Nigeria, don't jackpot. And people in Nigeria will be like, hey, if it's that bad, be coming back home. What do you think?
Exactly. Come, let me take your place.
As in, for you, your husband just wanted you to go back and unwind. But then you didn't come back. Why? How did he take it?
Okay, so see, that's what I'm telling you before. As a woman, you have to be strategic. See, my mom used to always say this thing. It's not every battle you fight as a woman. Sometimes don't fight the battle. When I remember, she always say, a wise man builds her home, is a foolish man that destroys it. So I knew I was not going to come back. But if I tell him that, he won't let me come. So I just told him that, yes, I will go and do 3 months and come. So when I came, he kept asking me, so, because then, like I said, I was staying in my brother's house in his family. So that's why he believed it was temporary, because I didn't have a place. But what he didn't know was that I was looking for a house while I was there. So I would always tell him that, oh, I'm looking for a place. And he'd be like, why are you looking for a place if you're coming back? I was like, yeah, I know I'm coming back, but I'm in my brother's house. I'm not comfortable. I just want a place where my children can be free. Let our children run around. I was like, oh, that's true. It's not easy living with someone else. So I made it look like it was this idea for me to start looking for a house. So I would complain about the place. I'd be like, oh, my children can't go outside to run. Carol cries a lot. I feel bad because it feels like I'm disturbing my landlord, which is my brother and his wife, when he cries. So it was like, it's true. Don't you think you should get a place, even if it's a shoplet, to just stay? I was like, really? It was like, yeah, let's just get a place. I said, okay. And that's how I started looking for a place. And Nigeria is really rent. So when I rented it, so I didn't tell him. He now said, oh, I haven't seen the children in a while. Let me come and visit you guys for a couple of weeks. That was his plan. Let me come and visit you for 2 weeks. I was like, oh, that'd be nice. The boys would be happy to see you. I've missed you too, so come. So he came for 2 weeks. And he's still here.
God, guys. So that's how you guys went back to Nigeria.
That's how my full family became complete. My husband is here.
So when you got back home, wasn't your mom surprised?
My mom wasn't, because it's something that we've been talking about, how not me coming back per se, but how tired I was, how the country was. So she wasn't really surprised. I think people that were mostly surprised were friends. Most of the friends that I had left, and some other distant family members. Those were the ones that kept telling me, why did they Chris? Let's make you come back. Hey, blah, blah, blah. So those are the ones that kept like nudging me. Why did you come back? Why did you come back? And I remember them because I feel like sometimes what stops people from actually making this kind of drastic decision that I took is, what will people say? Yeah. Well, one is usually, where would I start from? And two, what would people say? So me, I was concerned about what would people say as well. So how I combated that thing was, I never told anybody I'd relocated back. What I always say to them is, I just came to visit. I just want to relax. I'll go back. I just want to relax. I'll go back. But they keep saying me. After a while, the question becomes stale and people stop asking about it.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, they just get tired and just get used to seeing you around.
Exactly.
Wait, you left UK. I mean, childcare was one. Working all to pay bills. Do you miss UK?
No.
Not a bit.
No.
Tiny little bit.
Mm-mm. There's never been a day I woke up and I'm like, oh, I wish. No. Are there certain things I miss? Maybe food. I miss maybe going to Morrison's to buy all the bell peppers. That's what I initially thought I missed. But now I realize if I go to deep outside market, I can see the green color bell pepper, the yellow and the orange. I'm like, oh, even there. So what? Okay, let me ask. What's that in this week? Your cold weather, bipolar weather. That is cold today. Before you know it's hot again. Before you know it's cold. No, no, no.
So you don't miss the constant electricity?
No, because Nigeria, see, that's the thing. Nigeria has evolved more than that. We don't have lights in Nigeria, but almost every house now has solar. So we don't miss it anymore. So, and it's hot, it's sunny in Nigeria. So you have, and now we have like the one I have. It's right. So no lights, no, because of the solar system we have now. So I have lights. I might not have 24 hours, 7 days a week, but I have good lights. There's internet, there's Starlink in Nigeria. Like I'm using Starlink right now, there's Starlink in Nigeria. So the network is impeccable. So I don't have all those buffering things. So it's like, it's okay. There's car. So I don't need the bus system. Unlike when I would take a bus, right now you have cars. So I have a house help. Let me not put house help. I have nanny that looks after my children now. I couldn't afford that.
And you
So
are
it's a
working.
luxury.
So I was saying that, I mean, you spoke about Nigeria, like a lot of people that in your shoe would want to go back. But because of the, thinking of the insecurity in Nigeria, the bad road, the network, the electricity, starting afresh, where do I start from? They're like, I just better just sit down and just keep repeating the circle, then come back home. But you're saying it's not like that. Like Nigeria is not the Nigeria that people talked about online.
Yes. I think that even when I was, because I thought about coming back for a long while, and the major thing that held me, apart from electricity and everything, the major one was security. Because everything on social media, you hear terrible things that are happening. So that was my major problem. I couldn't risk my children being kidnapped or one thing. I felt like I would kill myself. God forbid.
God forbid.
But that was my major concern. That was my major worry. That was my major fear. But what I realized was that, and I think it was the Holy Spirit that told me that thing a while ago. And in prayer, when I was still burning about this thing, he said something, the Holy Spirit. He said, do you think you're the one that is keeping these children? What's the guarantee? Yeah, they might not be kidnapped or maimed or something, but what's the guarantee that while walking on the road, there will not be a car that will just, and they are gone? I'm the one that is protecting them. So one thing that me and my husband always say is that we are caretakers to our children. God is the owner of them. So he's the one that is in charge of their protection, of their clothing, of their feeding. All we do is make sure that they get the best with the resources he provided. So it was that mindset that I used to gather courage to come back. That yes, I could only try my best as a parent, and I'm hoping to God that what I'm doing is the best decision. And God will do the protecting. I cannot protect myself, even if I try from now to tomorrow. I've heard people in the UK that they got stabbed. I've heard people in the US that they shoot to death. So I know that violence can meet you wherever you are. I might as well be doing the thing that gives me joy while I have the time. So that was how I made the decision to come. So yes, I know that that's majorly people's concern. But even when I came, what I realized is that what we experience here is it's not completely different, but it's not as bad as it's being portrayed out there. Yes, there is insecurity. Yes, churches are being burnt down. Yes, Christians are big. But at least in this southern area where I am, it's not as bad as it's being portrayed online.
I think I'll think about coming to Nigeria.
Don't try it. Don't try it.
It's only at Nako. You are enjoying all those at
Don't try
Nako.
it.
Oh, okay. Okay, I hear that. I hear that. So, but is getting a job in Nigeria easy for people who want to
No,
migrate? Like what? Because
no,
I mean, why are they coming
no.
back to?
Let's come back to that. Let's talk about that. Getting a job in Nigeria is not easy. There is no job in Nigeria. And it's hard work. There is no job. Most times, at least I know somebody that has done the same thing that I did. What they are doing is they're working remotely. So they try to secure a remote job there before Japan back to Nigeria so that they can be here and be working in remote work. That's what the person told me. So that's what they do. But say getting a corporate 9 to 5 job here in Nigeria, no. It is one of the hardest things you can do. There is no job. There is no job. And that's what I want people to understand. That yes, I'm painting it like it's nice, it's glamorous to come back. But the truth of it is that there is no job. You're going to face unless you have something that you want to fall back to. So maybe you want to start a business, you want to go into agriculture. That's something I like. I love farming a lot. You want to go into agriculture, you want to do, unless you have that plan, it's going to be hard for you to just come because there really isn't anything you could do.
I guess that's the reason why most people left in the first place because of there's no job. You just like, and then when you're here, you're in that circle of getting paid and paying bills, then going back home to no job.
Exactly.
So you said you didn't miss anything about UK. We are not mad, right? So, but when you were here, what did you miss about Nigeria? Yes.
Food. In case people have not known in this thing, I'm a foodie. I like food.
And I
miss
enjoy your
the
food. I miss them.
Okay, so
Jesus.
because I miss my friends in the UK.
Oh
I
no,
miss you, Daddy.
you see, I not say anything because now I see you, I sit on your head. Shall I not miss anything? I feel
miss you,
quiet.
Daddy.
I
No,
mean,
I miss our Sunday trip too. I miss our Sunday trip to your house. I miss when after church we'll all go to your house and then we'll be arguing. I miss that.
I didn't miss you because I miss our hanging out together when you be like, oh, we'll come to your place and we'll bring food, and then you come over to our place, we'll bring food, we'll gist,
Those are our meetings were the things that kept me sane that period. So thank you, Debbie. Thank you. You're one of the gifts that God brought to my life to keep me sane. So thank you.
You're welcome. Right. It was nice having you around. It was just so annoying that you left. And you left me high and dry.
Do you remember that time I used to
But
give you Ife? I'll give you my son so that I could go for interviews.
yes, let's talk about that. I mean, living in the UK isn't that easy because I remember those days where you would have to like leave them off with myself and my sister-in-law,
Yes.
right? Just to give. So, is getting a job in the UK difficult?
Getting a job in the UK, I don't think it's difficult, but getting a good job is difficult. Yeah, you can get a job. You can work in McDonald's. You can work in anywhere. Those are not difficult, but getting a good job, that's is difficult. Yes,
And that was what you were looking for.
that's what I was looking for. I wanted a good job, but maybe not good, but at least let me get okay job.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think that job you were aiming for was an okay job for certain people. It's a good job, honestly.
Yes.
Baby, because I mean it's a good job
It's
concerning the
a good job.
sector. So had you gotten the job, would you have still stayed in the UK?
If I'd gotten the job,
Yeah.
I probably would have. I feel like if I'd gotten the job, that would have been one other reason why I would have wanted to stay. Yes. Because in my mind, I'll be like, oh, but I got this good job that is paying me well. Why do I want to leave it and go to uncertainty? So that would have been the reason why I would have stayed. Yes.
I mean, many a job could be easy to get in UK, but getting a serious job,
It's
like a good job, right, or job in your field and all of that, corporate job, could just be a bit. But I think it's attainable. It's just time consuming, and it could
that's
take
it.
a while.
I think it's actually attainable. It is, but it's time. I feel like one thing that we all did was that we are not realistic with our time. We think that if we apply in 2 months, in 3 months, we'll just get those jobs. But it could take months. Sometimes it could even go to years. But you have to find this less, according to less attainable jobs or less jobs that you were thinking are not really good first to keep body and soul going while you're still actively applying for this other job.
But then when you get those jobs, it becomes time consuming that you might not even have time to like look for this. You have to be very intentional about it to get those.
Exactly, because you now fall into the race that you're so busy, either packing shifts to meet up or juggling between the job and motherly duties, wifely duties, that you will not even have that time to go back again and apply for this other good job. And I felt like that was my fear. Because when I first came into the UK, I was doing these other jobs that I knew I needed to use and pay bills and all this stuff. And I noticed that during that period, I spent a year plus doing those jobs. And I noticed that during those period, I wasn't actively applying for roles in my field because even the spare time I had, I would either use it to pick more shifts or use it to try and make up for the time I'd lost not spending with my son. So yeah, that was another thing. Yeah.
Is it difficult being a wife in the UK?
Yes. 100%. I feel like it's more difficult to be a wife in UK than it is to be a wife in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Maybe we'll do another podcast about marriage because Jesus Christ, marriage hard. It is a lot difficult.
I would like to have that conversation with you, right? Because it's difficult.
It is. It is. And especially if you're married to a typical African man.
Mm-hmm.
See, I feel
Yeah.
like people that married Oyibo, maybe their case is different. But the ones that married typical African man that still believe in the gender roles, that still believe that a woman should cook, clean, take care of the children, take care of the house, that is hard. Imagine going to pick up after you have done that very tedious job. You come back home to a crying child. You're still expected to cook, clean, take care of that child, put that child to bed, still have sex. Still, it's a lot. And you still have to perform like you're enjoying it. Then let's not even like you now have to go and plait hair. Hair is expensive because you want to look good for the man. So you now go and braid hair that's expensive. Do nails of £50 so that you can be looking attractive to the man. It's hard. No, no, not to like. Yeah, it's harder to be a wife in the UK. 100.
It's actually difficult to be a wife in the UK because if it's in Nigeria, it's cheaper to get help.
Yes.
You have family people around, but here you don't. You don't have that luxury. And then to make hair look good in Nigeria is cheaper than here.
Even apart from the cheap, let me say, for example, right, the day I made this my hair, right, I literally came to work that day. I came to work early. I dropped the children off to school, and then I just told my people I'm coming. I went straight to the salon. Went to the salon that there are like four persons braiding your hair at once. So they
Mm-hmm.
were like, we finished it in like 3, 4 hours, and I rushed back to the office like I never went anywhere. When they asked, I'm like, oh, I went to run an errand, but I just went to make my hair. The day I fixed these lashes, the same thing. I came to the office, ran that, went to fix my lashes, and I came back. Where in the abroad did I do that thing? Which office did I use to go and do lashes?
Is our they are monitoring
Hours
you like
exactly.
everything.
And the hours, what time do you have?
What time do you have? Like, I mean, being a wife in the UK, you have to work still. In Nigeria, you could be a full-time housewife. I mean, and
Full
everybody
stop.
will be fine.
And you'll be fine. You'll be okay. You'll be doing very well.
But here you have to work, then you have to take care of the home.
You
It's
have to cook.
tough.
You have to clean. You
Do
have
you
to
think this
clean.
contributes to the reason why so many people are like, you hear they're in the UK and they're separated, they got
Yes.
divorced? Is it money issue or the role? Like,
No, but everything time I listen to those things, then I'm not even surprised because I really remember, even me, I feel like the number of times me and my husband were quarreled in the UK were a lot over frivolities. And sometimes it's not because he's a bad person or I'm a bad person. Stress. He's thinking about bills and the rest. I'm thinking about how he's not helping enough in the house. Or I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking about one thing or the other. And let's not add to the fact that I felt like I was looking homeless. My hair, my hair was always on left. I did never used to braid my hair. It was you that would not help me to braid my hair once in a while. Or me personally, I will carry my hand and do one nonsense big weave in it to fall. I'll be walking on the street, I'll be claiming like I do not care. I can't remember when I wore makeup in the UK. I don't used to wear makeup safe. Even earring, I don't get to wear earring. I used to become as I am. Yes, it's a lot. That's why you keep hearing separation and divorce. Yes, it takes a toll. It has to be a lot of intentionality for it to hold.
Because it's difficult when it's just the two of you, and then the responsibility is a lot more than it would have been in Nigeria. And then the expectation is just high. It's like you're expecting the other person to do more, the other person is expecting you to do more, and you guys just get, worn out, born, and
I feel
then.
like the word that you said that I like is the expectations. When expectations are not met, that's when these clashes become prevalent. And but you cannot help not have those expectations. You're human. You're supposed to have those. For example, when I was in the UK, because I had two toddlers, two under two there when I was in the UK, which is
Yes.
madness. Two under two when I was in the UK. So imagine only you handling two toddlers that are crying and screaming every day. So you're already fatigued and tired and worn out. And you have a husband that is coming in that is expecting that he will be a happy, glowing, welcoming wife. But he says one thing and you snap. Not because he said anything bad, but because you're already tired. So you're just pushing that energy back to him. But as opposed to what I have right now, right? So now I remember when I was going leaving the house right now, there was already stew in the fridge. So I just told the help, like, oh, please, around 12, when the children come back from school, please microwave this food and give to them. So I don't even have to bother myself about it.
Mhm.
She's doing it. I'm here in the office. When I close from work, she literally, by the time I get home, she has cleaned everywhere, dressed my bed, everything. So all I have to do is just, oh, is that food? Get my food. I eat my food, take it back to the kitchen. I shower, try to make the children sleep. That's it. And then I can still be my normal, happy Zen self. And I can still go and love on my husband. Like now, Valentine is around the corner. Can now play love. Why? Because I'm
You're
happy.
even thinking of that. Wow, you're living the life, dear. I think you're glowing. Like, I remember when you were here, honestly. And like going back to Nigeria was the best decision you made,
I,
right?
I agree with you. I don't know about tomorrow. I don't know if it will be the best decision for tomorrow. But for today, it is the best decision today. And one thing I tell myself is that when I was making that Japadad decision was that I'm going to live each day for today. I'm not going to try to plan my tomorrow. I remember when somebody even asked me that this decision you're taking, don't you think is selfish? What about your children? What about getting their
Hmm.
papers for them and their documents? And I remember what I said to them. I said it is important that my children get the best of me now rather than getting paper and
Yeah.
get the worst of me. They can
Mm-hmm.
always get their papers themselves. If they feel like to be a dual citizen is the best thing that will ever happen to them, fine, then they should go and get it in their own time. For me, right now, I'm doing me, I'm doing what is important to me. And at the end of the day, I want my children to, when they are 14, 15, to look back and see me being there, see me being present in every facet of their life. So
Yeah.
maybe I always say, and I remember I've told you this thing, maybe I might wake up tomorrow and I'd be like, no, Nigeria is not, let me leave. And I will leave. Oh, and I will not even look back. I will leave and you will do another podcast and I will tell you that Nigeria is a nonsense country. Why? Because this phase of my life right now, this is where I ought to be right now. Next week, I might come to the UK, but for today, this is where I ought to be.
If it ever happens and you have to leave Nigeria again, which country will it be?
I don't want to go and say, let me not go to UK before they watch this video now, not give me visa. Oh.
Okay. You don't
No,
have
no,
to
no.
answer
But
that.
if I ever have to choose again, I say that because I've been to the UK, right? I wouldn't want to go back. Not because it's a bad country, it's a sweet country. My friend, they used to call me Ajala the traveler. I would like to visit another place I have not been before. So if I ever want to migrate again, I might consider New Zealand or Australia.
Oh, Australia, New Zealand. Yeah, I know Australia. People are talking about it
Yes,
very well, these days, and
yes,
I think it's a good country.
that's what I heard too.
Yeah. So now, for people who are, I mean, we've had conversation, your experience, and everything, which I mean, they are quite interesting, amazing, times down, and all of that. But then you're happy, you're in a happy place right now. So, what advice or what would you say to people who are in the UK struggling, wanting to go back home, but they're thinking of how will they start? What will people say? What businesses are even there that they can do? What jobs are there? Like, what advice do you have for them?
Okay. My one advice, at least from myself, is don't do it. Don't come to Nigeria because you feel like it. Or don't come to Nigeria because you watch this podcast and you'll be like, yes, let me do it. She did it. No, don't do that. Only come to Nigeria when it's a when they say, I know that I know. Like there is this
When you
no
had that conviction.
that conviction that nothing can. That's when you should come. Why? Because Nigeria is a nonsense country. That's not a nonsense. It's a country that is full of wonders. There's no light. It's hot. So many things. People harass you on the streets. Police officers are doing that. There's so many things happening. If you don't have that conviction, things like that annoys you quickly. But if you are convinced when you see those things, you just laugh about them. To you, it's a happy thing. One, so get a conviction. Two, if you are coming, be open minded. Be open minded. Don't, and another thing, don't compare Nigeria to the UK. Don't. That's why when you asked me that question earlier, if I missed the UK or there's anything I miss about the UK, I try not to think about it. I try not to think about the things that I could miss or the things that I miss in the UK because if I do that, then I will be unhappy here. So I try not to even think about it anymore. So when I'm here, for example, I know that there are times I want to take my children to like a ballpark or a bouncy castle place. I can't find such things easily here. But do you know what I did? I bought a trampoline in my house so that the boys can be jumping now. Since I can't take you to where you can jump in this house now. So I try not to compare myself. For example, I miss my children. Now my first son that was having accents no longer has an accent. Those little things that bothers me, but I try not to think about it. So if you're ever going to make that decision when you come, do not think, don't compare life here. It's just like when we went there that we're comparing, £2, that's how much in Naira. I bet it took us the same thing. When you come, don't come. The road is bad. Why is this person shouting? Why are they honking? Try not to do it. This is their own life. Get used to it. Two. Three, be open minded about work. Be what you do for money. Because of China right now, I'm amazed. I'm not even going to lie to you. 2022 that I left Nigeria has evolved more than now. Like Nigeria is so different from when I left because of China. It feels like everything and anything is possible. You see businesses and companies springing up left, right, and center. People are in
Really?
agriculture. Yes, I'm amazed. And farming, oh, I love farming, so maybe I can speak more about it. I'm not even into it, but I love it so much. Farming is something that every young people are going into. And China has made these tools that they're not even as expensive as you think. People are doing people own their own shoe brand. I wish I can show you my shoe right now. It's owned by a Nigerian girl and it's very expensive. I didn't even get it for expensive. The shoes are it's her name on the shoe. She just went to China and then they'll produce the shoe, put her name in it, and she's selling it. People are doing babies with their names on it now, like they have their own brand of clothes that China is producing and bringing it here. They have money. Oh, I know somebody. that his family is over there, but he's here. And then they are working together to gather money. But he just came to Nigeria and he bought equipment. He bought like dredgers, um, heavy duty equipment and to do construction, block industry and construction things. So be open minded. Be open. The opportunities, I tell people that the opportunities are enormous. And because of, if you ever choose to come, because of where you're coming from, the credit system, because you have not yet shut all the doors when you're coming, the credit system is open to you where you can take loans or you can use your credit card and go to China and buy those things and come back to Nigeria and do them. And then while your business is paying you, you're paying small, small, because credit card debt is how much? You can pay small, 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 small back. So like small, small things like that. And another thing, don't expect that you make one and tens of millions in the first year. I like what UK did. UK has taught us how to be contented, how to live in our means. So practice
Yeah.
that thing. Practice it when you come. Don't be flamboyant. Buy a small car. Live in a small house. Just continue living your means the same way you're living in the UK. Practice that same culture here. Don't show off for security. No need for you to be putting yourself and your family every day on social media, on internet and the rest. If you're that bothered about social media security, just do as if you're not in the country, but you're in the country. Mind your business and pray to God.
That before people migrate, they could, gradually look at the businesses that they would like to invest in. If they don't have so much fund now, I mean, they still have access to credit card. They can, pay, I mean, invest in something and then they are doing it bit by bit. So once they are able
Mhm.
to clear off their debts, they can now migrate to Nigeria and then
Exactly.
thank you so much. It was great having this conversation with you. I hope we'll be able to get to sit again and have
I
a
hope so.
conversation on something else like marriage, like you mentioned earlier. I'll take you up on that. I will certainly take you up on that. So
So,
thank you so much. It was really nice having you, sharing
take
your
care.
experience. Yeah, guys, we have come to the end of our conversation with Abby. And yeah, life in the UK, she's enjoying her life, feeling happy, feeling fulfilled in Nigeria, a place where people think is horror. So, but I mean, you are still able to live in your own Disney in Nigeria. That's a good one. Thank you so much, guys. So, until next time, stay connected by subscribing. So, bye.